morning, Miss Turner.
Good morning.
We're here at the historic Emmanuel Baptist Church on Church Street in Orange County, Virginia. We're here to conduct an oral interview with you. We'll start today with your birthday. It is March. Tell me your birthday.
March 31st, 1935.
1935. So that means you'll be 89 years old on your birthday.
And,
Well,
Yeah.
in advance, happy birthday.
thank you.
All right. So, Miss Turner, can you tell me where you were born?
I was born where I live now. That was my mother's home. I was born down there. We didn't go to the hospital then. We had
Okay.
midwives to come in.
You had a midwife.
So, midwife, so.
And so, tell me about your parents.
I don't remember my father. He died when I was like two years old. But my mother married and I had a stepfather.
What were your parents' names?
My mother's name was Helen Braxton Cooper Nichols when she got married again.
Okay, and your father?
My father was named Thomas Edward Cooper.
Okay. And you had stepfather, so what's your stepfather's name?
My stepfather's name was Russell Nichols.
Russell Nichols. All right. And so we talked before about ancestors. Do you know much about your ancestors, your grandparents?
Well, I know about my grandmother. Her name was Mollie Braxton.
Are you named after her?
Yes. And my father's mother was Rosa Cooper, so I was named after both of my grandmothers, Mollie and Rosa.
Molly and Rosa. I like it. Well, okay, so now you're a kid, you grow up in Orange, and what are your earliest memories about growing up here in Orange?
I guess my memories when I was growing up and going to school and coming to church, and that's all we did.
Okay, it makes a long day then.
Yeah.
So now, what school did you attend?
I attend Orange Grade School.
Orange Grade School. Now that's on the top of Schoolhouse Hill. Now, you remember any of your teachers?
Mrs. Sneed, Miss Elsie Johnson,
Beatrice Sneed and Elsie Johnson, two famous teachers here in Orange.
and Miss Grace Ward,
And Miss Grace Ward.
and there was somebody else I can't remember.
Miss Wood,
Who? Yeah, she was work.
one of the teachers. Did you have a principal in those days?
I think Mrs. Sneed was the principal.
Miss
I
Sneed?
think.
I think she was on and off as time went
Yeah.
by. And these people that you mentioned, they are kind of important around here because not only were they school teachers, but they embedded themselves in the community. They were members of the churches, either Nazareth or Emmanuel here in town. They had their children here. They participated in all the civic activities in and about the town of Orange. And so they had a lot of influence on people's lives.
Yeah.
So what do you remember most about your teachers during that time?
I remember Mrs. Sneed as being a person that she would have said that she was there for we to learn. If you didn't, it was on you if you didn't learn. So when you do something, she would always praise you. And I love to get praises, so I would try to do everything I could to get some praise.
That's a good thing. So she did have influence on your
Yes,
performance in school.
that's
then.
right.
And so she made you a better student, in other
Yes.
words. Okay. And I like to hear stories like that about our
And then
teachers.
Mrs. Ward, Miss Grace Ward, see, she used to live right next door, and we used to walk to school together. So she had a lot of influence on me. I was really, because if I wanted to know something, I would ask her, how do I do this problem? Or how do I get this answer? What do I do? And she was always there for me.
So you had extra teaching on the way to
Yeah, I
school.
would go by her house.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
And Miss Grace Ward, I believe, was one of the absolute first teachers when the school opened in 1925. She was one of the
Yeah, I
first
think
teachers
so.
there. She came from the original Orange Technical School, where Preddy's Funeral Home is now, over to the Orange Grade School. And so she worked all the way through all them generations and still raised all her children, did all her work in the community, clerk at the church, did all those things. And yet she took time out for you.
That's right.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So now you're growing up as a kid, you're going to school. What was a typical day like at the Orange Grade School? First, you have to get to school, right? You have
Well,
to
we
walk.
could, I don't know, I look forward to going to school.
How was that walk going to school?
It wasn't bad. I mean, you just go down the road. Then you could walk down the road and didn't have to worry about anything. And so I had to walk from Williston to Cemetery Road, and then the Alexanders they would come. Then we all get together, and then we walk on
Okay, like a
to
little team.
school.
So you had fun going to school then?
Yeah. So, but I walked. I had to for us to go. That others didn't.
Okay. So who are these little kids you're walking with when you're going to school?
It was Mamie Miles and Mary Alexander and Jenny, not Geneva Long. I can't remember, but
I understand that was a long time ago.
long time.
But like I said, part of that going to school with the same kids every day, you develop a bond with these people. These are your friends,
Yeah.
and so that's good. So now you're in school, and you find that you're making adjustments there. Is this did the school have electricity?
They had electricity. Yeah.
What about heat?
No, we had heat with the wood stove,
A potbelly stove?
potbelly stove.
Okay. So who made the fire?
You know, my aunt Bessie Braxton, she used to come up and make the fire.
Because she lived close to the school.
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting. You mentioned Miss Bessie doing that. You didn't mention a man doing it. There's no janitor. There's no other caretaker of the school.
Well, I can only remember she coming up because Mrs. Sneed used to live next door to her.
Okay. Okay. All right. So extra duties, huh? Okay. Now, did it have a bathroom?
No,
It had an outhouse?
our house.
Okay. Did you have girls and boys separate?
Yeah, the boys go on one side and
Okay.
the girls go on the other side.
What about water? Did it have water inside
We
the
had a
building?
little pump. You pumped the water.
Like a well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you had to pump, where
No electric pump. You had to do
no,
it by hand.
you had to pump it with your hand.
Okay. So, what about food? And did they have a lunch, or did you eat lunch at school?
Well, in the winter, we carried our lunch, but in the wintertime, they may fix us some white beans in a cup and some hot chocolate.
Okay.
We would have hot chocolate in the morning when we get to school.
Okay.
And then sometime, I think Mrs. Sneed or somebody would make us some hot soup, and that would be it. We didn't have,
So everything that happened was going to happen in that school. There's no county coming around to provide lunch or anything
No.
like that. It's just the people in the school, the teachers and the parents,
Yeah.
doing all the work. Okay. So it's a community operation there. Okay. Now you're at the school. You what kind of classes did you? Were you good at your classwork?
yeah, I was good at my classwork.
Did you have a favorite subject?
Not really,
But you did
because
your
I
work.
love school.
Okay.
I love going to school.
Okay. What about games? Did you play games there?
We used to have field days, and you would play ball and what you call it, all these other games that children play. Yeah, I love.
Did you get to go to the other schools, or did you just mostly stay in town? It's like you had Lightfoot still, I suppose, right?
We used to go to Lightfoot for field day. When you
Okay.
had, they used to have field day, and the schools come together.
Okay, okay, all right. So now you're in this school. I assume that the school in those days was segregated. Just all black people
All
in that
black.
school. How did that go for you? Or did that matter at all when you were a kid?
It didn't matter because that's the way we.
That's the way it
It
was.
didn't,
Okay, okay. And it seemed like you had good teachers, you had good friends, you had a school to go to, and so you're just there to be a kid learning your ABCs.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So one of the things about us is that at some point you start to grow up. You start to get into school. That means you leave your home. You got new friends outside your house. What about your family at home? How many siblings did you have, sisters and brothers?
I had one sister and 3 brothers.
Okay, okay. And so, are they close to your age, or?
I was next to the youngest one.
Oh, okay,
I had a brother younger
okay,
than I was.
okay. So, it did everybody did their fair share of chores around the house?
Yeah, and my oldest brothers, they were older, so they went into service
Oh, okay.
early.
And I thought I saw one of your brothers was perhaps in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And lived in California.
He lived in California. He passed now.
So now, at some point, you know, you're a kid and you have to go to church. So what church did you attend?
This Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Baptist Church here on Church Street. And so, what was it like coming to church?
I love coming to church. I would come every Sunday to Sunday school. I would walk.
Do you remember your pastor back then?
I know it was Robert Ward, but it was another pastor. I can't remember his name.
So, at some point, Pastor Dudley comes here,
Reverend Dudley was here too.
and
Reverend Ward.
Reverend Ward. In my time, there was a man by the name of Charles Davenport, was the
Yeah,
pastor.
Reverend Davenport, yeah.
Yeah, he was here for a long time, and probably more than 30 years.
But Reverend Ward was here before he was.
Okay, okay. And so they had a big congregation.
About the size of it now.
Really? Okay, okay. A big choir, you had a choir.
Same, but like it is now.
Okay, so this is a small church that sit on the side of the road.
That's
a small
right.
congregation in a small town in Virginia. Okay. Did you ever get a chance to leave home when you was a teenager? Did you come to town?
Yeah, I would come to town,
How'd you get to town? You walked to town?
walk to town,
Okay.
walk back home.
About a mile or so, either way. So what was your impression when you got to town? What did you do when you got to town?
Well, when I came to town, I would come to town to shop, but, give my parents would send you to town maybe to pick up a loaf of bread or do that. You just go to the store and get the bread and you go back home.
You go back, follow the instructions,
That's
go back
right.
home. No fooling
It was
around.
nowhere else to go.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
So you're a homebody then. You've spent time at your home. And so you were telling me earlier about this place called Williston. 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 It used to be a plantation back in the 19th century, built in like 1867, I believe. But at some point it becomes a farm. And so you say this is where you lived and grew up there on the farm. So what was it like growing up on a farm?
It was nice.
Some work involved there.
Yeah.
Now, did they have animals too?
Yeah, they had horses, cows.
Did you do any of that kind of?
No.
But you had agriculture. You had crops that you were growing.
Yeah,
there.
we had a garden. We raised pigs.
Okay, okay.
And we had at that time we didn't have a bathroom. We had a spring, and we'd go out to the spring and get the water. And when you go and you have milk or something, you put the milk down in the little creek so it could keep cold.
Oh, okay, okay. All the natural things.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's interesting because to your point, there's no refrigerator, and
No.
but God provides.
That's right. But they had the plant ice. What they call it, ice plant. And you used to get 50 pounds of ice. Everybody, the ice man used to come around on Saturday, so everybody would get ice, and you put it in your ice box. They called it ice box then because it wasn't electric. And you wrap it up in a towel and everything so it could keep, and you get an ice pick, and when you wanted some ice, you just sit there and pick off what you want.
Okay, okay, until it was gone. And so now, that's interesting because we're kids born in the 20th century, but a little bit later. I think we had an ice box when I was first born, but then somewhere we got electric ice box, and that changed everything.
Everything.
It changed everything. And so, all right. So now, you're a kid, and you started to be a teenager. Did you have other friends when you were a teenager? Other than the kids you met in school, or were you mostly with your siblings there at home?
I always had a lot of friends. Growing up, I didn't have too many friends that come to my house, but
Did you have that one friend that you were more attached to than others? Somebody that stands out?
no, I don't think.
So whoever came around, you were friendly with them?
Yeah, we was friends.
Okay. And so you told me before about going to high school that you went to George Washington Carver Regional High School in Culpeper. And so what was that like, going from the Orange Graded School to Carver?
That was it was a big change, But the school wasn't completed when it was supposed to start. So it was like the middle of September or end of September when we started school in 8th grade.
And so So it's a big school, much bigger than the Orange Graded
Yeah.
School, and then you got 4 counties, all these different people. And so, did you make good adjustment there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love. I made a lot. I made a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Clement Humes used to drive us over there. He's a Howard Humes.
Okay. So these Humes guys are,
That's the only bus we had.
yeah, all the way, even in the Orange Graded School, they were still the bus drivers, right? For the other
Yeah,
kids, right? Okay. So that's a good thing that they were doing then.
that's right.
And they drove you all the way to Culpeper and back. And that means they had to pick up all the other kids too.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was the trip going all the way over there and back? That's a long way.
You just sit on the bus and be quiet.
So you're not going
Enjoy the ride.
yeah, you can't be loud and unruly.
No.
Okay. Okay. And most people were well mannered, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so do you remember any of your teachers at Carver?
Yeah, I remember Ms. Mickey, Ms. Blair, Mr. Hawkins.
Now, what about Carver? You say you liked going to school when you were in Orange. Now, did you like your class? What was your favorite class over there at Carver?
Home economics,
Okay, okay. So that means you get to do crafts and do something with
craft
your
and
hands.
sewing and
Okay,
cooking.
okay, okay. And these are skills that you can use at home too.
Yeah.
Now. Okay, and when you become a mother, that's really important.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, okay. And so now Carver, I think you said that back then the school only went to the 11th grade, right? And so at some point you grow up and you become a young adult. And so let's talk about getting married. I had here that on June the 22nd, 1954, you got married.
Yeah.
And what was your husband's name?
His name was William Sonny Turner.
Sonny Turner. Okay. Now, I had in my records that his name was William McCrae Sonny
Well,
Turner.
his name, well, they call him Sonny, but his name was William McCrae Turner.
It's just for the record, as they say, right? And again, I mention that only because we know that traditionally we keep carrying these names down to the next generation.
yeah,
So
okay.
it may come up again a little bit later. And so now you have children. How many children do you have?
I have one girl. Let me count them there. I have one girl and 3 boys.
Okay, okay. And so now I had here that you had 6 children, and so altogether, and so
I
now,
have, but two of my boys passed.
yes, ma'am.
So I have 3 children there because I
Okay.
had 5 altogether.
And so you have grandchildren,
Yeah,
and you have great grandchildren too.
great grandchildren.
So that's a lot of people now.
Yeah.
And so here we are now. You were a little girl on the farm. Now all of a sudden you find yourself a parent and a grandparent. You have all these people under your wing. And so what is it like now being a grandparent?
It's great. I love it.
And you get to see your grandkids a lot.
Yeah,
They live close by.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they so good to me. I can't help but love them. Most of my grandchildren, I have one granddaughter in Georgia. But most of my grandchildren are right here.
So you can spend time with them. Okay. Okay. So now when you go out and you work, what kind of work did you do?
Well, when I first started working with the children in school, I just did days work. And I used to, a lot of parents used to bring their children to me to put on the bus, like if they had to go to work early. So I would put them on the bus and be home when they got off the bus. Then after my children got out of school and got old enough to take care of themselves, then I went to work at American Woodmark.
Okay.
And I worked there for about 30 years.
30 years. Okay. Okay. So you know people like Eva Starks then. She's one of your co-workers there. Okay. And neighbors too, I suppose. And well, it's interesting because I see also here that you talked about all the extracurricular things that your children were involved in, the Boy Scouts and sports in school and all these other things, but that you were always willing to support
Yeah.
their endeavors. And so, what about the Boy Scouts? What can you say about the Boy Scouts here in Orange?
The Boy Scouts, they used to meet over at Nazareth, I think on Wednesday or Thursday night. And we would go and we'd sometimes have freshmen, and then if they need to go camping or go somewhere, we'll take them. If they was in a parade, we'll put them in the car and take them.
That's pretty nice. And so you had, these are boys, so
So I had 3 boys in the Boy
three
Scouts.
boys in troop number 111.
Troop 111.
All right, all right. And of course, we say for the record that this is a black Boy Scout troop,
Yeah.
which that was the first, to my
First,
understanding, the first and only,
only.
And so it was the heyday for that kind of organization here in Orange. Okay, all right. Do you remember the Scoutmasters? Who were the leaders?
William Alexander, the Scout, Bootney.
Bootney Alexander. Okay, one of our own from Orange. Okay. I also saw in one of the photos Mr. Joe Coleman in there.
Yeah, he was a
and
Scout
Mr.
leader.
Hunter Tibbs
And his brother Isaiah.
Isaiah. Okay, all right.
And Harold Johnson.
Okay, okay. And that's good. And so it looked like they gave the boys something constructive to do. And okay. You know, one of the things that I noticed is that you were also volunteer for the Westview Cemetery Association.
Yeah.
What do you know about this group? When did this group come about?
I don't know. They just got to talking one day. They said that they wanted to organize by getting the cemetery clean. So I just joined it, and we just worked from there.
And it's still going to this day.
Yeah.
And so it looks like one of the members on your board talked about somewhere around 1977 maybe is the time that they actually formed as a group.
Yeah, I think it was.
And so that's a pretty long time.
Yeah, and I'm the secretary of it.
Oh, okay. You keep all the records.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that those records probably now would be historic and should be filed away in the church files somewhere.
I know I was going through some today that I wanted to bring down here to the church.
Okay, and that's a good place to keep them. Yeah, and I think a lot of clerks, whether it be the church clerk or organization clerks, a lot of those things do reside in your home, but they probably need to be somewhere for safekeeping.
Yeah, because I'm the clerk here. I was, but now my granddaughter taking over.
Okay.
So I'm getting all my records and gonna bring them down here to the church and
Okay.
leave them.
Time for a change.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my granddaughter Dina taking over.
Well, that's a very interesting thing. You talk about community service now. They're close to 50 years old, give or take some time, both her and Tracy. So that succession planning at its best then. And so there's the next generation. So that's very good. Okay, Ms. Turner, now we kind of got a lot of the baseline things out of the way. And so we wanted this opportunity today for you to talk to your children, to your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Now that you reach this ripe old age of 89 years old and you have a lot of experience behind you and you're perfectly orange, what do you want to say to those people now?
I just tell them to do the best you can. And I always said to them, pray first before you decide to do anything.
All right. And so now you'll be 89 here in a week or so, and you have a reasonable portion of health. What is your outlook on life these days? Your basic outlook on life. How do you see things now?
I don't know. I just feel good. Only thing I can't do a lot that I used to do. I love to work outside, but I have to laugh, and I tell everybody I go outside and I'll cut down one weed or pull one weed and I sit down and I have to go back and pull another weed. But I'm enjoying it, and I thank God that I can do the things that I do. I don't complain about anything.
Pull it one weed at a time.
One weed at a time.
Well, one of your friends, Miss Margaret Ware, was my neighbor. And at 100 years old, I saw her in her yard, working.
Yeah, she was one of my best friends.
Yeah, she's working. And I think that's a time period thing. People like you have strong work ethic. If you see something need to be done, you just get up and do it.
Get out there and do it.
Yeah, so, okay. Well, Miss Turner, I tell you, we talked about grandchildren and great-grandchildren and retirement and health, and you are aging gracefully, as they say. We want to thank you for this opportunity just to speak with you, just to be with you for a little bit. We talked about Emmanuel Baptist Church. We talked about the Orange Graded School, George Washington Carver Regional High School, and then being a parent and a wife and a grandparent and aging gracefully. And so we want to thank you for sharing those thoughts with us today. And so we're going to try our best to preserve your legacy through this process and then share it with your family.
Okay.
So we thank you.
Well, I thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it. I hope I did okay.